Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tough Tony Ant. I know it's been a long time since I did a wrestling pay-per-view review. It's been almost, probably, damn near almost a year since I did a review of a pay-per-view. And before I get started, I would like to thank everyone who sent me messages wondering why I don't do any videos, how come I haven't posted any videos, and I thank you all for your concern. And this video is especially for you people who message me. This has been a very, very productive weekend in wrestling. You had Ring of Honor take center stage, which was on April 1st and 2nd, Friday and Saturday. Big ups to Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas for winning their World Tag Team titles. That match was fucking awesome. If anyone hasn't seen it yet, by all means, try to find it somewhere because you will not get disappointed. But let's look at the other wrestling that we had. Last night, we had to celebrate the 27th anniversary of WrestleMania in the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Georgia. First off, I went into this pay-per-view not having very, very high expectations, but not low enough expectations that I'll be impressed by every little thing that I see. Most of the matches on the card had really little to no build-up at all, really no interaction between combatants, and I wondered how the hell they was going to pull off a great pay-per-view when half of the people on the card never even competed. Well, they probably have competed in the past, but haven't had any physicality towards one another. But here is my review of WrestleMania 27, and I hope y'all enjoy it. Before I get into the matches, they was promoting Bryan Danielson and Sheamus in a U.S. title rematch, but it was a dark match, and I didn't see it, and I was quite pissed off. So with that being said, after I went through the whole entire fucking event, no U.S. title match. The U.S. title match hasn't been on the line at WrestleMania since Cena won it 7 years ago. It really made me upset. But the match starts off with the People's Champion, The Rock, who's the host of WrestleMania, comes down to the ring. Now, the set they used this year was awesome. I love the ramp that they had. The Rock came down, had his 18 minutes of fame, 6 of which was just him coming down to the ring and posing. He says the same shit he's been saying for the last time, for the last how many years. Cheap pops galore, because he's the cheap pop master, him and Foley. So we start off with the first match on the card. I'm thinking U.S. title, the World Heavyweight Championship. The first match on the card was the World Heavyweight Championship. Edge and Alberto Del Rio. Edge with Christian in his corner, Alberto with that huge guy, I forget his name, that's because he's not even that important. That's how minuscule that person is. A lot of people, as I've been, reading on the dirt sheets and reading people's comments about Alberto, a lot of people aren't liking Alberto. I'm one of those people, saying that he really, really doesn't deserve to be in a main event caliber match like that. I believe it. He shouldn't have been. But I've also read how the fan base in the Latino countries and the Mexican countries and everything, the Latin American countries, I should say, started to getting more, invested in wrestling. And so now they're pretty much kissing their asses, WWE that is. You have Alberto Del Rio in your main event. You have some luchador guy, I forget his name, who hasn't wrestled yet. I think. If he wrestled, I wouldn't know because I don't watch SmackDown like that anymore. I barely watch Raw. If I do watch Raw, I'm watching like on Wednesday or something. But for the most part, Alberto, of course you have boring Edge. Edge can't really do much to hype up anything. But Alberto, for his credit, looked pretty good in this match. He looked pretty decent. It was some solid technical wrestling going on. He really worked on that arm. In a variety of different ways, except he charged at Edge twice and flew right through the ropes. That was fucking interesting. Of course, the match ended. Alberto had Edge in that cross arm breaker. That's one thing I can't stand. We give wrestlers submission holds as finishers, but there's submission holds that that people made famous years ago. Is to kill him to make a new submission hold. Especially Edge in this match uses that education move that I haven't seen since he was tag team champions with Rey Mysterio, going at it with Angle and Benoit. Last time I seen him pull that fucking move out the ass. But it was a lot of, I was outside interference. Christian took out the big guy. Alberto was distracted. Edge managed to hit the spear, pinned Alberto, and retained the world title. This was the very first time Edge has retained a world championship at a WrestleMania. So, I'm not a huge fan of Edge, but claps. I know we haven't seen the end of Alberto Del Rio, but I'm actually hoping that we have seen the end of Alberto Del Rio. And after the match, Edge completely destroyed Alberto Del Rio's Rolls Royce. Pardon me for a second. Next up, oh yeah, I give that match was about 11 minutes. I gave it a 4 out of 5. The match was actually pretty good. It actually was a good way to start the event off. It wasn't a bad match. It was actually a pretty decent match. I actually enjoyed that match. Actually, that was quite funny that I actually enjoyed it. I gave that one a 4 out of 5. The second match on the card was of course, back to the world title. That was a match that had really good build-up. They've been going at it for weeks. Yeah, Cody Rhodes and Rey Mysterio. Cody Rhodes with the mask on, Mysterio with the knee brace. This match was actually pretty cool. Of course, Rey Mysterio is really out of practice, and it shows. Because he's pretty much the best counter wrestler WWE has. Because he really has no real moves of offense. Every move he does is a counter move and an offensive move. And I'm glad they actually gave Cody Rhodes something to do. Because all he's been doing is this damn grooming tips, barely winning matches, barely in good rivalries. I thought that Rey Mysterio was going to be booked to win this match. Because you know how people have been saying how backstage he's always bitching, moaning, and complaining about when shit doesn't go his way. Rey Mysterio, of course, is the only guy of WCW who's still employed with the WWE. Why? I don't fucking know. But the match was pretty solid. I like Cody, of course, is the hometown guy from Marietta, Georgia. The crowd was so behind Cody Rhodes. They booed Ray, cheered for Cody every time he hit a move. Cody ended up using that knee brace on Ray when the ref's back was turned or the ref was, not paying attention. And Cody Rhodes put him in the ring, hit him with the crossroads for the 1, 2, 3 winner, Cody Rhodes. This match was about 13 minutes. I gave that match a 4. It was an enjoyable match. Rey Mysterio's ring attire was Captain America. I don't know if that was just, him doing what he usually does, because remember he was the Flash. He dressed as Daredevil once. I don't know if this was just him going as in his attire of comic book superheroes, or was just this a pathetic plug to the upcoming summer film Captain America. Who the fuck knows? And quite frankly, who the fuck cares? Anyway, this right here is the third match on the card. Was one of the 2 worst matches on the card. You had the team of Big Show, Kofi Kingston, Kane, and Santino Marella going up against the core of the new Intercontinental Champion Wade Barrett, the Tag Team Champions Justin Gabriel, and Heath Slater, and Ezekiel Jackson. And newsflash, it was not an elimination 8-man tag. This match, oh my God, I thought it started off with Santino and Heath Slater. Santino tagged in the Big Show. Ezekiel Jackson came in the ring, clotheslined the Big Show. Then all hell broke loose. Kofi Kingston took out Barrett. Kofi Kingston took out the other 2 guys. Big Show punched. After that Viper Cobra things Santino does, the Big Show right hand to Heath Slater won the match. This match, I say, was less than 5 minutes. It's amazing how much they hype up the core, but yet they didn't let them win or even have a good showing at WrestleMania. This was an embarrassment. And I don't know why wrestling always wants to put in all these stables where they don't do shit for them. Randy Orton took out the new Nexus. What the fuck is the point? I rather would have seen Nexus versus the Core. That match got a 1. And if this was any indication of what the rest of the night was going to be like, I would advise change the fucking channel. But our saving grace was the next match on the card. Randy Orton versus CM Punk. This match was like a 15-minute slobber knocker. This right here, in my opinion, was the best match on the entire card. It had lots of good build-up. Randy Orton and CM Punk's been going at it for weeks and weeks and weeks, probably months. It was actually a very awesome match. If this was the match that everyone should have wanted to see, unlike the other overhyped, overrated matches that were on the card, this match was gold. Everyone knows I'm not a huge fan of Randy Orton or his character or his in-ring work, because to me, Randy Orton is like so boring. Not to mention how he has, I may have said this before in one of my other videos, how he has 6 different variations of a neck breaker that he can't hit correctly. Unlike Roderick Strong in ROH, who has about 6 or 7 different back breakers, which are all amazing, and he hits them correctly every single fucking time. This match was full of counters. Let me go through this. I remember during the match, CM Punk was working on that leg to a great extent. He had Randy Orton in the Anaconda Vice for the longest time, and I love the Anaconda Vice. I wish I knew how to put it on. I should know how to put it on. Merely haven't practiced. But Randy Orton tried to go for an RKO, and CM Punk kicked him in the back of the head when on the way down. That was a pretty awesome counter. Randy Orton tried to go for a punt kick, and his leg gave out. Tried to go for an RKO. CM Punk threw him down. Then CM Punk went to the outside of the apron and jumped off the top rope. I have no unearthly idea what move he was going for. I wish I knew. And of course, on the way down, RKO right to the mat. Randy Orton pins him. 1, 2, 3. I was hoping they would have gave it to Punk. Punk is one of my, actually, maybe one of my only favorite characters that WWE has. I think CM Punk is very talented. He's a great in-ring worker. It's such a shame how he's not getting any pushes as of late. Well, because everybody's a fucking heel, you know. Heel versus heel matches, which could really be good money, WWE never wants to do. I gave that match a perfect 5. And check this out. It was the only 5 that I gave this entire pay-per-view. So after that, we had the Jerry the King Lawler, Michael Cole match with Austin as a special referee. I like to go on to further say this was an embarrassment of interest. Michael Cole botching numerous wrestling maneuvers. You know, I really don't have anything to say about this match. I knew this match was going to be a gimmick match, it was going to be a horrible match. Just the way that it was set up, Michael Cole repeating himself over and over and over again. The choreography sucked. Austin stunned everybody but the King. He stunnered. And check this out. King didn't even win. Because Josh Matthews or whoever the hell's on commentary came up there, said the general manager said that the match was lost by the King via disqualification due to Austin. Austin stunned him. Austin stunned Booker T after the spinner-Rooney. And Austin pretty much does what Austin does and just got on his ATV and just went up the ramp. And I gave that match also, I gave it a 1.5. I would have gave it a 2, but I gave it a 1.5. It was, just for the comedy, it was okay. But as far as the in-ring work, shit. And I would expect it, I could see it on Michael Cole's behalf. But come on, old as the King is, man, fuck that. I'm going to be back with part 2 of this video coming up shortly.